Billy, your hair is beautiful, man. What do you put in that?
Just a bit of conditioner.
Oh, it's lovely.
A couple of times a week.
Oh, yeah? How long do you leave that in for?
You leave conditioner in for a couple of minutes, but I think serum's probably more important.
Serum, right, yeah.
If you definitely know you're not going out or anything, baby oil is quite a good one.
Baby oil, yeah. Oh, I love rubbing baby oil on girls. Oh, WWF and football as well. They're my two favourite things.
Definitely. What's been happening with the football?
Oh.
You need to tell me.
I will, just lots of man stuff. Oh! And welcome to Big Brother's Network. I hope you're very well. It's day 33 times 12:49. Calm yourselves down, because today's show is full of the Massimo's makeup bag. And talking of Billy, he's only got himself evicted. There he is, he's coming out of the house now. What's he going to do? He's not going to do it. He's not, is he? He's done the shush! Oh! Yeah. What can be worse than the shush? Cup to the ear, maybe? Oh, he's done the cup to the ear as well! It's disastrous! Guess what? He's only gone and turned up today. He's here, everyone! Ooh, lovely. Also today, two lads will have to endure the daily grind of working with beautiful young women. Oh, it must be awful up there. It's Hollyoaks old-timers, Max and Obi, or Matt and Darren to their friends. Lovely looking lads. And, gentlemen, nice to have you with us. And if you're wondering what that awful racket is, it's only the audience. Hello. And don't for 1 second think we've forgot you at home. We wouldn't do that. As always, you get to have your say on Little Brother's Big Shout. Here's how to get in touch. Nailed it like that. 0871 is the number, 200 1040. Text studio and your comment to 83188, or give us an email via the Channel 4 website, channel4.com/BBLB. That's the way to get in touch with us. Get the text and emails coming in right about now. Today's subject is Gordon Brown's new cabinet. Discuss. Youngest Home Secretary, I think, in the hit note, Jake. It's, of course, the much more political debate. It is Ask Billy Anything. Now, it has been quite a juvenile week in the Big Brother house. Bedwetting, eating slop, food fights and sleepless nights. Let's take a look at the week's best bits.
You call this reward? I call this evil punishment! Oh, it stinks in there! Ow!
Next!
Ah! Ah!
I really am a loser right now, capital L. I've wet myself in the Big Brother house.
No sleep for anyone. No one has any sleep.
Charlie, how are your fellow housemates coping with the task?
Tired, miserable, tired, tobacco, tired, tobacco.
I don't want to go to sleep in the afternoon and be sleeping every afternoon for the whole time I'm here.
What difference does it make?
What difference does it make? Can't wait till she's out of here on Friday. I hope you're all nominated her.
Who's up for staying up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We've just voted and the majority wants to go to bed.
Fine, then it's bed.
Come on, Bobby, let's go party.
Yeah.
Come on, Bobby, let's go party.
The housemates nominated for eviction this week are Billy, Carol, Tracy.
As a result of you failing this week's task, until further notice, housemate will be surviving on a slop.
This is just mental. Eating slop. I mean, what is next? What are you literally going to do to us next? That slopness is just madness. Like, this is just mental.
I didn't say them words. I don't quote those words. Don't me either. What are you going to do?
I'm not going to argue with you no more because I think you're quite a decent guy, do you know what I mean? And I literally do think you are decent.
I've misread the whole house.
If you're happy and you know it, say
You must now telepathically communicate your picture to Sam.
Okay. Justina Santa.
Oh my God, I'm about to the second pack. I think I can cry.
BB is the place to be, where the sun is shining, we're a family.
Brian, do women poo?
It's not proper poo.
can't eat animal lungs. I feel ill looking at the food. I want the slop back.
And I can now reveal that the third person to be evicted from the Big Brother house is Billy!
There you go, one heck of a week. Coming up, we talk to the man of the hour, Billy. Here he is. And we look at this year's... There we go, there is him in motion. And we look at this year's Forgotten Housemates. Can you help the Big Brother stuffed toys before it's too late? We'll see you in 4. Well, welcome back. It's day 33. The time is 12:58. Still to come. Billy's here, everyone. Good thing. Nice. Cheers are good. But first up, let's get bang up to date with Little Brother's big news. You did the news! Go on, Tap Boy, do the news! No, all right then, don't. At 11:28 yesterday, Big Brother started the Housemates morning with an energetic fitness class. Those of you currently enjoying Sunday Night might want to look away now.
Come on, Charlie. Pump it, pump it, pump it, pump it.
Okay, housemates. Congratulations.
See, I want to see Brian's move again. So, what's it? It's brilliant. Can we see it? Oh, let's have a look. Oh, at 6:08 yesterday evening, Big Brother presented the hungry housemates with a tough decision. They could choose a basic food hamper with a birthday party for Charlie, or a luxury hamper and no party for Charlie. Would it be a knees up or a nosh up? Let's take a look.
Big Brother has provided 2 hampers, each which contains enough supplies for the next 4 days. One hamper contains basic emergency supplies and a birthday party for Charlie.
Hey!
Yeah. The other hamper contains premium emergency supplies but no birthday party for Charlie.
Oh.
Right, the exact contents of both hampers are attached to these instructions. Housemates will only receive 1 hamper. Housemates have up to 5 minutes to decide which hamper they would like.
We will never eat all that much in 4 days. But you've got plenty of choice in the first one. And have a nice birthday.
Can I say something to you? Look, I don't mind either way, I promise you, because I like food as much. And we can still have a good time. But there is only going to last 4 days. Does party mean alcohol?
Yeah. Maybe.
Let's have a
Party! She's so nice when she smiles. She looks like an angel. And then the gloom appears. So the housemates turned down tobacco, chocolate and hot sauce. Oh, Nicky must be livid. In favour of a birthday party for Charlie. And at 10:06, the Moulin Rouge themed event kicked off in style. Take a look.
Party today, it was the best. I think that Charlie's had the best time ever. It was just the best party ever. Everyone's had so much fun and thank you.
You're welcome. The UK goes smoke-free from today in public places, and at 10:36 last night, Chanel was looking to impose her smoking ban on Ziggy.
Did you get your alcohol pop in there, though? There's one on the cycle, yeah?
Thanks, darling. We'll all share together. I mean, do you want us...
Can't believe that it's smoking. That's revolting.
And me.
I'm
I'd be
biscuits.
exactly the opposite. I wouldn't go up if somebody that smokes anyway. That's why I've never had a problem with...
I didn't know he smoked until just now.
Oh, God, yeah, he used to smoke. He gave up to come on you, and God.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. After all the years of knowing each other, he's been hiding out from her. Oh, he's let her down so much. That was one big news. Now, he's in the house for 14 days and 55 minutes, most of which was spent straightening his hair, pouting, posing and plotting, and he only cried once, and that was when Shawnee O left. But on Friday night, he was evicted, and our cameras are there to follow Billy's first steps back into the real life. Take a look.
Billy No Mates is coming out!
Oh, I thought there was no chance of game.
After only 2 weeks in the house, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling shocked because I didn't really expect to go today. I did have fun in there the first week, and that's what I went in to do.
Ladies and gents, Billy.
So, thank you, everyone. Thanks very much.
I probably won't ever meet you again because you just disappear off into the world of celebrity, but enjoy it.
Sure, I will. I want to get that changed. I don't have a beard and I don't have my hair like that. That was literally something that I grew whilst I was away. So.
How did the girls in the house compare to your conquests outside the house?
In all honesty, I was slightly disappointed. I was actually thought I was most attracted to Shabnan, so I may call her this way. Next to me is BBUK on Sunday. Goodbye House was a lot of fun.
OK. He is here now with us. Please welcome Billy. Thanks, Billy. Billy, everyone! OK. Before we start, Billy, I know you and Charlie had a lot of trouble in the house, so therefore, firstly, you've got this, and secondly, we've got a little bit of music I thought you'd quite enjoy. Everyone?
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know
Poor Billy. Oh, brilliant. OK, listen. Oh, first of all, you seem shocked on Friday night to be out. You've had time to digest it. Firstly, how do you feel? Secondly, why do you think you're evicted?
I feel good. I don't feel I've come off too well. I feel I've come off as possibly villainous, but in a likeable way. People enjoy booing me in a sense that, in a fun kind of way, but I think it's going to be different when Charlie comes out.
Every year needs a good game player. This year, I think we've got a few.
Yeah.
And it's always down to, I think, the public as to decide if they like someone who's just going to normally be themselves and probably win, or someone that's going to be quite manipulative and have a good time and play the games and probably come out early. And you were that person, I suppose.
The initial idea was to just enjoy myself for as long as possible until I decided to, you know, I was irritated enough to turn the game on. When Shawnee left, I think that was the time. The fake hugs of 4 or 5 people just ate away at me, and I just decided that I was going to get them.
I think... So the people that you know or you knew nominated him, that irritated you.
Yeah.
That's all part of the game. I mean, Davina said that to you on Friday, I suppose, didn't she?
Yeah.
Jonathan said yesterday morning, I rather liked him. He was a troublemaker, but he over-researched the whole thing. It wasn't a game, it was a profession. Do you agree with that?
To a certain extent, I did look into shows and stuff like that. I mean, I'm just one of the people watching now. I was just a fan of the show who got on the show. It's like it wasn't. There's no plan to go on and do hundreds of things when I get out, like some people have in there. I was just Big Brother fan who got into Big Brother. So.
OK. I mean, but you talk about playing the game and manipulating and so forth.
Right.
But obviously, because you're out so early, you have to say that failed. So why do you think that failed?
It failed just on one sentence when I said, I've nominated her and I hope everybody else has. If I hadn't done that sentence, Charlie would be gone this week. And next week, Nikki would have gone. And then I would have got the head-to-head with Ziggy. Like
Why do you think Nikki would have gone next week? I mean, I think most people would probably agree with you that if Charlie was up, she probably would have gone this week.
Yeah, Charlie was the one.
Not guaranteed, but more than likely. But why Nikki? I mean, is that the way your brain thought? Do you think to yourself, OK, if I'm going to be playing this game, then, OK, I'll go for Charlie, then I'll go for Nikki, and then I'll, split Ziggy and Chanel up?
That's right. That's exactly.
Hey, I get it. That's good.
Exactly what I wanted to do. There was characters in the house I didn't like. They were the main three. I was confident I could beat Charlie and Nikki on head-to-head. I was happy to get myself up. I like being up if I was going to stay in. I was happy to get Charlie out head-to-head. I actually said at one point, she annoyed me so much that beating her on a one-to-one eviction would have been
better than winning Big Brother.
Big Brother. That's how much she irritated me. But
then you seemed to get on with her quite well as well, from time to time. Was that?
I think that was a general bond of a dislike of Ziggy as well. I can't stand Ziggy either.
Why is it you dislike Ziggy so much?
I found out what he's been saying about me. I mean, he's the reason I'm sitting here right now. I think it's jealousy and paranoia. I've watched some of it back. He's just a very, very paranoid guy.
Do you really think it's the reason you're sat here?
Yeah, honestly do.
Why?
Because I don't think anyone woke up to the plan or anything until he clocked onto it. I genuinely think everything was going fine until two factors now. It's Ziggy clocked onto what was going on, and my mouth got Charlie off.
Well, this is it. When we were in the camera run revealing nominations, and we sort of stayed in there for a little while afterwards, and we saw your face, and you can see you were absolutely kicking yourself.
Yeah.
Did you know the minute you were up, you'd go?
Against those two, yeah, because they're very weak characters. One smokes, gets up for a fag and goes back to bed. The other one cooks and then goes to bed. And you can't... In a triple eviction, you need to keep your head down. One-to-one, my fans would have... They know how to keep me in. Just vote for the person I'm against. In a triple eviction, you need to keep your head down. There's no incentive for people that like me to phone...
You really thought about this, haven't you? And you are kind of making a lot of sense. You and Charlie, do you think you could be friends in the outside world?
I'd like to see how she is in the outside world. I'm not sure if she's that vicious.
Do you fancy her?
No, not
at all.
No.
Isn't she good looking?
Like I said, neck down.
Okay.
Neck down, possibly. Neck down and muzzled.
Oh my God!
Possibly.
You became known for wearing your shades indoors. Didn't go down too well with the other housemates. Take a look at this.
But.
I think he's quite sneaky, and I think you should never trust someone who wears sunglasses indoors.
You can't hide your lying eyes.
Do you love sunglasses?
Yeah. I like to wear them in here as well, because there's a psychology show. And I'm uncomfortable about it.
Is that why you wear them?
He's got a game plan, and a lot of the housemates have seen that.
I know a sneak when I see one.
You know, you've got your sunglasses on, people immediately backtrack and think, it's true.
Sunglasses are a mistake.
They're a mistake, it's a big mistake.
Observes everything. Mr. Know-It-All, because he's observed every programme that's been on every year. Bloody hell.
I definitely would like everybody to believe 100% everything that comes from my mouth, and the eyes will leave for speculation, and I don't want it.
Ain't no way to hide your lying
I mean, that was kind of nice little VT, but there's a point there, which is that if people can't see your eyes, then more often than not they do distrust you, don't they?
The truth of the matter is, it was a little bit of vanity as well. We sleep. I mean, it's probably... I've watched Big Brothers in the past, and I don't believe that housemates have been up as late as these lot.
Right.
We're honestly... I've got no concept what the time is, because we don't know what it is, but I've never been in bed whilst it's been dark. I look out the window and go, oh my God, it's light.
Okay, and
I'm
then
going
you go
to
to sleep.
Wow. And I wake up with red eyes and bags under there, and I cover them up with sunglasses.
Do you think you came across as sneaky? Do you think that they saw you as sneaky?
I was sneaky in there. I was trying to get play people off against
Was there a
each other.
moment when you thought, they're on to me? Because most people, when they play that kind of game, they do the classic, I'm going to come to the diary room, talk to Big Brother, go out, play the game, come back. Well, you kind of confided in a few people, or at least had a few outbursts.
I think you have a suspicion that people are onto you, because, you know, there's always going to be leaks in the game plan. But I think until you hear the people up for nomination this week are Billy, that does hit you. So that is it, when you know.
Now, earlier we saw you in that VT, earlier on, how much you hate your Lightbox photo. You can see it now.
Yeah, I can see it now, yeah.
Your hooter looks enormous in that as well, doesn't it, really? Doesn't it? But we thought we'd suggest some alternatives. We got this first one here, because we want to make sure you're happy with it. There we go.
Oh, God.
It's the Backstreet Boys look. New Kids on the Block. We're loving that. What do you think, audience?
Sunglasses already, though.
OK, that's you at, what's that, 14, do you reckon?
11, I'd say.
11, all right. Next one. Weapons, you're looking at them. Oh, yeah! right, time to bring the big guns out. I like that one. And lastly, this is it from the house. Maybe we could use this one. Or we could just try and make the original look better. Give us your thoughts on this. There we go. Nice, better?
I don't know where that photo's come from. I've only grown that beard for a week to see what it looked like. It doesn't look good, does it?
I don't mind it. Let's go with the shades. Now, you mentioned in the house, your claim to fame was that you're in Jamelia's Beware of the Dog video. So we had a look, then we had another look. We sent it to a laboratory, they had a look, and we found it. Take a look.
Right.
There he is! One more time, you see it in slow-mo. And he's getting off with a lush bird as well. Look. Helen, look at you. Look, you and Helen Chamberlain having a kiss. Billy, listen. Brilliant housemate.
Thank you.
Gutted you're out early because I love the game players.
So my next week was going to be really good.
Really? What are you going to do next week?
Billy and Charlie versus Ziggy and Chanel.
How would you do that?
We'd already planned. You saw the glasses clink, and we just said, look, we don't get on, we'll try it and we'll get them first because they're playing the better game in there.
Damn it. OK, so who's going to win? Who do you want to win?
It's not been a popular consensus. I'd like Laura to win.
Thoughts, audience? Laura?
And she's the last member of Wang Attack that's left. Me and Shawnee.
And we do love a bit of Wang Attack.
She is genuinely really funny. I think that...
She's very popular in the house, she said to me.
She's very popular in the house. But, I mean, if I had to pick an alternative, what people think of Jerry? No?
No.
Who do you think, then?
Do you know what? That is the great thing this year. It is absolutely wide open. But, listen, brilliant housemate. Thanks a lot.
Thanks very much.
Billy, everyone. All right. More from Billy later on in Little Brother's Big Shout. Now, here at Big Brother's Little Brother, we like to find time to answer your burning questions in our little strand we call Your BBLB. Today's question comes from Amy Hartford via email. She says, there seems to be a lot of stuffed toys in this year's Big Brother. Can you please tell us which one belongs to who and their names, please? Indeed, we can put you out of your misery, Amy, but what we want to know is who's going to put them out of their misery. Take a look. Meet Rex, Mafanwi, Betsy and Freddie. They all have a home, but sometimes it's not the home they'd like it to be.
Don't let her see it. Of course you can see it.
Look what they've done to Rex. It's not funny.
Mum and Dad are going to kill you, Billy.
I can't wait.
Look at Jenny's monkey.
You think that's funny? No, look what he did to my bear. Sorry.
I don't have friends from the outside. I brought only Freddie from the outside.
Please remember, a soft toy is for life, not just for television.
Betsy, I'm so sorry about this. I'm going to take more care of you in the future.
Lovely little quick change there. We'll be keeping a beady eye on their plight over the next few weeks. It's now time for BBLB to go international, everyone. Girls in the middle appreciate a bit more support than that. Thank you. With our web fan cam, is that Greg Argandelli?
It is, Dermot. How are you doing?
It's Greg Argandelli, everyone! Greg comes from a country called America. Greg, whereabouts in America are you?
I'm in San Diego, California, just a couple miles north of the Mexican border.
OK, let me just see if I can locate that.
Over there.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, got it. Wonderful stuff. OK, so what time is it there, Greg?
It is 5:15 in the morning.
Now, Greg, firstly, thank you for getting up that early for us. Secondly, how did it come to pass that you're such a big Big Brother fan?
All I can say is thank goodness for the internet and delivery systems that can pass the tapes across the ocean.
So what happens? Do you see it like on streaming every day?
I catch your show and I catch the daily shows pretty much every day.
Brilliant.
I can't get the streaming, the live feed, but I get the recorded stuff. Been looking at it for the last few years.
Oh, thank you for that. Now, who's your favourite housemate this year and why?
Right now, it's going to be Ziggy. I think he had the biggest task of getting into the house as the first male.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to help him out along a little. Excuse me. I think that's going to help him out towards the end of the run there.
Greg.
Although Carol might be a surprise. Yes.
Greg, I shudder to think what that was. What was that just scrolled across the screen?
That is my cat, who has been behaving up until now.
We just saw an enormous big tail, and I didn't know what it was. Just looked a bit dark. Now, who don't you like in the house, Greggington?
Charlie, I personally don't care for her, but I think she's great for the house itself.
I love Americans are so polite. I love that. That's wonderful. I personally don't care for her. That's very sweet of you. OK, and just lastly, you do watch BBUK. You get that over there?
We don't get it over here, but let's just say I watch it over here.
OK, wonderful. Thanks a lot, Greg. It's nice to speak to you. Take care. Bye. There we go. Now, that's what I call a special relationship. Still to come, Hollyoaks double act Obi and Max, a.k.a. Darren and Matt, are here. Talking amateurs and mastics with them. And would you buy slops off this man? Can I have a kiss? It's B Team's Glenn takes Big Brother's culinary delight to the people. And whilst we're away, see if you can guess this housemate's famous lookalike.
I was once told my celebrity lookalike is... I was once told my celebrity lookalike is... Ringo Starr.
Yes! Young Ringo, welcome back to Big Brother's Little Brother. I hope you're very well. It's day 33, it's 123. Joining me are two of the luckiest men on the planet. Not only have they worked in the most glamorous TV soap in Britain, Hollyoaks, for 10 years, even though they still look about 16, they are also guests on BBUK. It's Max and Obi, a.k.a. Matt Littler, and Darren Jeffries, everybody! So, you boys have got some good views, it would appear. First of all, what do you think of the young cast this year? Hollyoaks always has a young cast. What do you think of our young cast?
Yeah, there's a few of them. The girls are quite young, aren't they? Like 19, 20.
Are we liking it this year, boys?
Yeah, it's a laugh, yeah. It's a good little crowd.
I'm going to lean forward like Daz.
I
felt left out when
you
he went
come forward.
Yeah.
There you are. You feel in now?
I'm not copying him.
All right. Who are your favourites?
I like Nikki.
I like Brian. I used to like Tracy, but now after the quiz, I like Brian.
Right, Brian seems to be coming up on the outside as everyone's favourite audience. Is he?
Yeah.
Kind of neutral's favourite. What do we think of Billy's spectacular downfall last week?
It was spectacular.
Yeah.
I think he started too early with the game plan. Maybe he sort of waited a bit and then started, you know.
Yeah, it's just because Shawnee left and I started early. It wasn't supposed to come in until 3 weeks.
That's it.
Right.
At the centre of Billy's sneak movement was Ziggy, of course, his downfall in the end. Thoughts on Ziggy? Do we like Ziggy or not?
Looks a bit too much like Patrick Bateman.
He's a bit cheesy.
Yeah.
Right.
He's cheesy, isn't he?
Well, is he, or is that just him?
I don't know, I think he thinks he's like the dad of everyone. He's like everyone's
he's
boss,
quite patronising too, isn't he?
But when you're in there, do you think when you're in there from the start, and you might have a thought on this as well, but when you're in there from the start, that's almost like he was the first guy in there. It almost feels like that's kind of your role.
It's like they're his sheep. He's looking after them all.
He's like Jesus.
Yeah.
He's gone from a sheep to Jesus, which I like. Matt, you were nominated for Best Actor Award this year for your character, Max. Do you think anyone is putting on an act in the house?
I hope Brian's not. I hope that's really him.
Do you know what? That would be. Wouldn't that be heartbreaking
What
if
a
it
good
came
night
out?
out that'd be.
Well, it's been a wonderful experience, but
yeah.
I'm off with my friend Derek Lord.
Yeah.
Now, we know you think Charlie and Chanel are the most melodramatic housemates. We know that. But which one would win the prize? I want to get your take on this. Let's take a look at them in action.
There's a list. I'm reading the list and appreciate if you would listen to the list. Unless you want to read the list yourself. Who wants to... Oh, Charlie, who wants to read the list?
It's not all Charlie, Chanel.
Yes, it is all Charlie, because I'm...
Stop
Read the list yourself then, you selfish...
She's got issues.
Don't stop.
I can't help it if I've got a natural curl to my hair. It's too short to tie in a bubble. I've been excited all day to tie in a bubble next week when it's grown.
Oh, it's so cold!
I'm not very happy.
Oh, it stinks in there. Ow!
Shut up!
You shut up! I'm fuming!
I mean, Charlie hasn't got an off button, has she? But Chanel, I think, is slightly more melodramatic at times.
Oh,
I think she means it when she's like that. I think Charlie's, it's a bit of an act in it, I think, for the cameras, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas when Chanel does it, she means it.
It comes out of... Blah,
who are we going to give the Oscar to?
Charlie.
Going to give it to Charlie?
Yeah.
There we go.
Well done, Charlie.
Oh, that's nice. There we go. Wonderful stuff. is an argument to say, Brian, we talked about this just a little earlier on, is there an argument to say Brian's acting? Can Brian be that Brian-ish?
Is anyone that good? Honestly.
It's like he's got a 10-year-old's brain in a 50-year-old man's body.
But it's the same thing with Brian, because he is capable of a tremendous insight every now and again.
I think there's like 4 10-year-olds all trying to speak at once. And they all overlap each other and his sentences come out a bit disjointed.
Now, what about lovely ladies? You're used to being surrounded by gorgeous gals and Hollyoaks. Who would take the pick? Who could you see going to Tony's diner up there?
I think Charlie's quite pretty sometimes. I think Charlie's quite pretty sometimes.
I think Charlie's quite pretty sometimes.
When she speaks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I quite like Nikki.
Really?
Very pretty, intelligent.
A bit old for you.
How old is she?
She's 27.
I'm 25.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I thought you were 16.
No.
I thought you started Hollyoaks when you were 6. Still looking great, buddy. OK, what about you?
Either Charlie. I think I'd like to see maybe Tracy coming in and just rave it up a little bit. Maybe see her in the loft dancing.
Boring noise.
You think you could get together with her? You fancy her? Yeah, you just said it. You fancy her.
No, I thought
Fact,
you
front page of Cheshire Herald tomorrow.
Oh, you meant the diner. No, you don't fancy her. Let's get that straight.
Yeah, let's just put that right now.
Sure?
Right now.
But in terms of a part in Hollyoaks, you could see.
Whoa.
I'd quite like to see Tracy in like a festival there, in the back of shop, just raving like that.
Excellent.
My mate Steve says whenever you see her that she's like got a rave tune in her head. She's always slightly dancing.
Now, you mentioned earlier on you have a problem understanding some of the housemates what they're saying because they talk so fast. So in your honour, we do a test to see the housemates' biggest motor mouth, seeing how many words they can say in 20 seconds, right? So who do you reckon finished third?
Out of all of them?
Chanel.
Yeah, Chanel, yeah.
Audience? You reckon twins?
No.
All right. Guys say Chanel, audience says twins. Let's take a look. Number 3.
Then she started going on about how if I used the straighteners, I'd get priority for everything. And I was like, oh, don't be so stupid. I'm the one with priority at least. You know, I wash up after I use things. I wash the shower when it's dirty. And, I do everything that I can to possibly keep this house as tidy as possible. And...
Chanel did 74 words in 20 seconds, which works out as an average of...
But she actually said nothing.
Very true. Well, there's a lot of that going around. Which works out as 222 words per minute. Who do you reckon second place?
I reckon it's between...
Charlie
and Laura.
Charlie,
Okay.
I think Laura's got to win it. She's
Who are you
got
going to go for?
Charlie, yeah.
Let's see who finishes second place.
She drives me nuts. She gets involved with everything that doesn't even concern her. For instance, I said to the girls just now, girls, do you want me to go and change the air straighteners? I'm going into the dining room. And they were like, no, leave him in. This is gas in them. I said, OK. I told them it was gas in them. She's like, why? Is there any gas in them? I was like, why? Do you want to use the air straighteners? No. So don't even talk to me about the air straighteners. I don't want to talk to her, basically, OK?
Amazing.
Could you imagine being the person in the Voice of God booth talking to her going, what? Big Brother does understand.
That is amazing. I love that. I could watch that all day.
102 words in 20 seconds, 306 per minute, which means in first place, Charlie. Let's take a look.
Siggy goes, I'm not being funny, Charlie, but this has got to stop because obviously someone's doing it as a vendetta against you. Maybe it's a sign of bullying, yeah? And I was like, yeah, I didn't even think about it. Like, I just thought they were doing evil stuff to me. And, like, the day before that, someone took the hair straighteners knowing that my hair's quite tough and it does get wet. And if it gets wet, I need to use the hair straighteners on it because it'll never go straight, right? So that was one thing. Then the bed was drenched.
110 words in 20 seconds, weighing in at a whopping 330 per minute. Still only halfway off the world record, though. Finally, Billy said in his application form he smooched someone from Hollyoaks. Do you know who it is?
No, but I heard about that too. Billy. Who is it?
Who is it? Who's what? Who have you smooched off Hollyoaks?
Was it me?
Is that on my application form?
Yeah.
Oh,
Did you lie?
Were you lying?
Yeah, no, I did. Yeah, I can't say who it is.
Oh, no, you can!
It was in Milton Keynes.
Give us a clue and we'll get it.
I'll tell you after.
No, do it now.
No, I can't.
It's the magic of television. You do it on the show.
No, we're live. I won't do it.
Give us a recording, please, Tony.
Tell him during the break, yeah?
I will do.
OK, tell him during the break, yeah? OK, great. I'll tell you later. OK, guys, your mission, if you choose to accept it, you don't have any choice because it's in the contract. You're on Drama Watch today. You're in the camera runs, all right?
Yeah, love to.
You go and see. You've got Capey You're off now.
Little
and you go
Black
and see
Riding Hood.
what's been happening in the... I wish that could happen. So you go and don them, and off you go. Thanks a lot.
Okay. Right,
Cheers,
nice.
boys. Cheers. Thanks a lot, Darren. Man, Darren, everyone. As they go off, it's time for...
Hey, Gems of the Week!
Oh, there we go. That's fun. Now, this week, as usual, our housemates have treated us to some brilliant gems, which certainly have Shakespeare, whoever he is, turning in his grave. It's time to celebrate the top 5 gems of the week. In at number 5, Chanel, not comprehending the basic premise of Darwinism, or indeed remembering that dinosaurs included the largest carnivore ever to walk the face of the earth. Take a look.
It'd be awful if dinosaurs just started to live again.
I know. Oh my God.
That'd be the scariest thing
so
ever.
weird that dinosaurs actually were real.
I know.
Is it?
Would people keep them as pets, do you think?
They'd eat us.
They'd eat us?
Yeah, because they like meat.
Oh, yeah.
Like a Jurassic Park.
Oh, yeah? So we'd all of us would die? Oh, that'd be awful.
It would be quite bad, yes, if we all died because Tyrannosaurus Rex ate us. At 4, it's Chanel again, everyone. Confusing being told you might have to eat carrots with being sentenced to death. Take a look.
I just have to eat carrots. But there's not enough carrots for even one each. So I'm gonna have to get half a carrot. I'll probably be left with a pointy bit.
The pointy bit. Oh, the poor mite. In at number 3, yet another Chanel. Not really understand the concept of flattery when it comes to praising Sam and Amanda and everyone else.
The twins are the nicest 2 genuine people I've ever met in my entire life, apart from a few other genuine people who I've met.
Quite a lot of... number 2, Brian, showing the power that Hollywood can have, transforming the way people live their lives.
I love Baby Pig in the City. I watched Baby... I actually was a vegetarian once, yeah, because we was watching Baby Pig in the City, and it was really good. And then when I was little, it was the first Babe, and it turned me into a vegetarian, but I was only a vegetarian for a week.
Just a week. I love that. It's changed the way for a week. And at number 1 this week, our big number 1, are the twins realising that years of painstaking research into neural transmissions have all been wasted when all the world needed was 2 colanders and a few broken whisks.
What? Santa Claus. You're lying.
No.
For real?
Yeah. The Angry Man, Santa Claus Angry Man thing, yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. So that's so weird. Please tell me you didn't draw him.
You're lying.
I'm not lying. Big brother! Oh my God, I am actually psychopath. I think I could cry. So I'm dead scared. How do you know Alfie got
That's too freaky.
He didn't do
Carol kept telling me to close my eyes like this and any picture would go to my head, just draw.
Shut up.
No?
Shut up.
She told me to.
Oh my God, these things actually work. Big brother, what the What's happening?
That's what Big Rock says it.
Okay.
Big brother, these things make me psychic. I'm not even joking.
There we go. More classic lines next week, I'm sure.
Hey, Gems of the Week!
Rubbish. This week, as the housemates had their slop and ate it, or in Jerry's case, wore it, can it really be that bad? I tried a little bit, I quite liked it. We sent B-Team's Glund to see what the great British public thought of Big Brother's secret recipe. Take a look.
Hi, it's Glyn here reporting at the Taste of Bath Food Festival, and I'll be selling Big Brother Slop Slop. You haven't reached the top until you've got some slop. Slop. Swallow. Come and get your slop, slop. The slop stool is not going very well, so we're going to take the slop to the people. Come buy a sloppy. Let's taste like nice.
Oh, God.
Hello? Oh, no.
That's disgusting.
What about slop in a cone?
No.
You wouldn't sell it with, you know, some Yorkshire pudding and double scoops?
Definitely not.
No, I would think I'm decorating my house at the moment. I think that would smear really well underneath the wallpaper.
I could tell you where to put this, but I think it might be rather rude.
Well, there's been mixed feelings towards Slop Slop from the gourmets here at the Taste Festival in Bath. But quite frankly, I don't even know what the treble is. Oh, it's back to you, damn it.
Really nice going on for a kiss. Going there with some very sloppy presenting. After the break, we'll have more from Darren and Matt who are in the camera runs on Drama Watch. Oh, nice shot of Brian. What's going on in there, guys?
Well done, mate. Carol's reading out some sort of task. I can't believe it. She's holding court quite well. It's brilliant.
So far it's going well. She is kind of controlling the dramatic situation in the house, yeah?
Yeah. She's very dramatic. She's like Queen Elizabeth.
Wonderful. Brilliant. More from you guys in just a sec, all right? Thanks a million. Brilliant stuff. We'll be back with them in 4. We'll be back with you in 4 too. See you in a minute. Hello, welcome back to Day 33, 141. Now, before the break, we sent Hollyoaks Joe and Matt and Darren off to the camera runs. Let's see what they're doing on Drama Watch. She is pretty.
She's preening.
So, what's happened? Oh, my word, she's looking right at you.
That's amazing. It's quite scary. It's like being at the zoo. Not because she's an animal, but just because you're looking at people. They can't see you.
Ziggy was picking what looked like fleas out of Chanel's head.
And amazingly, it put her to sleep. I think he's got dark powers.
It is like being in the zoo.
Yeah.
What about... How dramatic is it? Because I think there's a task on in there, isn't there?
Yeah,
It's just super dramatic.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Who's impressing you the most, drama-wise?
Brian very impressive.
He's just actually... I don't even know if he's actually in the room. It's like he's cast his...
Charlie's got a nice set of legs, hasn't she?
Can we look at him there? Look at Brian.
He's zoning out, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's not with us at all.
Ziggy's just been handed...
Charlie's just fell off the chair.
It's drama.
Is she right?
Drama.
Is she right?
She's okay.
Okay. Thank goodness for that. Brilliant. Listen, lads, it's great having you in there. Short but sweet. Brilliant. Thanks a million.
Thank you.
Cheers. Man down, everyone. Lovely. All right, it's time for Little Brother's Big Shout, which today is obviously Ask Billy Anything You Like. First up, let's go. Hasina is our webcam call from Edinburgh, I believe. Hello, Hasina.
Hi.
Hi, how are you, my love?
I'm fine, how are you?
I'm not bad at all. What's your question for Billy?
If you had the chance to go back into the house, would you change the way you acted now you know the public's opinion of you?
Good question.
Would I, what, sorry?
Change the way you acted now you know the public's opinion of you?
No, I just do the same thing. I'd like to go back and wind them up even more. Carry on with exactly what I was doing. Charlie, Ziggy, Nicky, just really wind them up.
Do you think if you went back in, that's a good question, though, Sin, if you went back in, would you play it differently?
Yeah, I'd probably be more secretive about it, use a diary room. But it's hard to play it off because you need to get them off against each other. So you need to incense to broadcast it to them within the house as well. So
okay, brilliant. Thanks a lot. Bye, Hasina.
Bye.
Lovely. Okay, Ben from Stoke, I believe, is next. Hello, Ben.
How you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah, not bad, mate. What do you reckon?
If you'd stopped in the house, do you think you and Chanel would have got it on? And do you think you were voted out mainly because you're being very devious with Charlie?
Okay, Ben, thanks a lot. Firstly, saucy question about Chanel. Ooh, yeah.
That was never anything.
Wasn't it?
No,
I mean, no,
honestly.
What about if Ziggy hadn't been there?
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, I was away for 4 weeks before. It's a long time to be without a woman and stuff like that. So Chanel, to pass the time in the house, yeah,
okay.
Definitely.
And what's the second part of your question again, Ben? It's gone. I'm not happy with that answer.
Because I voted out because I formed a union with Charlie, I think, possibly. No, not really. I was just voted out because it's probably a bigger character than the sleeping giant and the smoking giant.
Sylvia is on the line next, who I believe is calling from the hanging garden capital, basket capital of Europe, St Albans.
St Albans, yeah.
What's your question, my love?
Right, Billy, you seem to have held your own when you were arguing with Charlie, and I thought, oh, good, you're the one that's going to handle her. And then all of a sudden, like in the diary room, and then you went into the toilet and had a little tete-a-tete, and then became all pally. Why?
Reason being is
because he fancies her.
No. Reason being is because I became more aware. She's not dangerous to me when I was in there. She was just annoying. and it's really hard to not argue with that. I found out that Ziggy was the one that had been responsible for a lot of the nominations and had been talking about me most behind my back. Charlie did as well, but she comes to your face. Ziggy doesn't. So I think that the union was solely formed to get Ziggy out. I really do not get on with Charlie.
Just very brief email from Jess here.
Right.
Do you think you and Charlie didn't get along because you're so alike?
I've thought about that possibilities, but no, I don't acknowledge
You can't admit to that,
No,
can you? All right, brilliant. Thanks a lot, Billy, everyone. Thanks to all our guests. That is it for today. We are back tomorrow, 7:30 on E4. Don't forget to watch Big Brother on the Couch tonight, 8 p.m, followed by the main show, 9 p.m on Channel 4. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.